Sonic the Hedgehog is a very fun, charming movie. And I have to admit, I might be a little bit biased in the movie's favor because when I was a little kid, I played the Sega Genesis Sonic games and loved them, like multiple ones, like Sonic 2, 3, and some other ones after that, Sonic and Knuckles. So I'm biased maybe to like the movie more than I would if I wasn't into that when I was younger. But Paramount, the studio, and the director, Jeff Fowler, did a great job, as did all the actors. The main one, the voice actor, Ben Schwartz, who played Sonic, did the voice, and Jim Carrey, who played Dr. Robotnik physically. James Marsden, who played the cop, the sheriff that teamed up with Sonic. Tom, I think his name was. And all the supporting characters were really cool. Let's talk a little bit about the plot. As a baby, young Sonic, he's on his planet. He's being raised by a mysterious owl, but he's being hunted by some mysterious echidnas who want his power. The owl gives him like a bag of rings that he can throw, and the ring will open up a portal and take him to another planet to escape. Like whenever the hunters are getting too close to him, he can just leave the planet and go somewhere else. It teleports him somewhere else. And so in the movie, when he's like a baby or a toddler, he's running, he's told, Sonic, don't use your powers too much, you'll alert people. He doesn't listen because he's restless and has a lot of energy, so he's running around. The echidnas are alerted to his presence, they come after him. And that's when the owl gives him the rings and says, take these and teleport. So he leaves the planet and comes to Earth. And then he grows up on Earth. And I think he's like a little kid or a teenager when, the movie starts. When, the main plot of the movie begins after he's grown up on Earth. And he uses his powers on Earth. And something happens and it calls attention. It gets the attention of the government. And they're like, what's all this weird, mysterious super speed energy? It's caused an electrical surge somewhere. And so they send one of their agents, Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, to apprehend Sonic. And Dr. Robotnik wants to get Sonic and perform experiments on him. He's very arrogant, doesn't, have much regard for human life or other people. And he wants to do some evil things to Sonic. Sonic teams up with the sheriff, Tom, played by James Marsden, and James Marsden's friends, like his wife, I forget his wife's name, but she's played by actress Tika Sumpter, and, other people. And that's basically the plot. That's what sets things in motion. Now, I really like the character development. Sonic himself, they do a good job of portraying him. Ben Schwartz is acting and the screenwriting, the script writing, and the direction. Sonic is lonely. He wants, a family. He wants friends. He hasn't really had that for a while. So he's very eager to make a real friend and to bond with Tom. And they do a good job, the actor and the writing, in making him... He has a lot of personality that comes through and a lot of loneliness, which is good. There's a lot of pop culture references. There's things like The Flash and other movies and video games and characters that are, referenced. Or, you'll pick up on it if you grew up knowing these things, knowing these people. He's very energetic and can't sit still. The only thing I thought was weird about Sonic is, because Ben Schwartz is an adult, sometimes it was hard for me. I kind of got confused. I wasn't sure if Sonic was supposed to be as young as I thought he was supposed to be. I thought he was supposed to be an adolescent or a teenager or a little boy in the way he was written and came off, but he didn't sound like one. So I was like, is Sonic supposed to be an adult, but he's just in a little blue hedgehog's body? Because I thought he was supposed to be kind of young. But I don't know. I wasn't getting it because Ben Schwartz doesn't sound. He sounded to me like a grown man, just with kind of a high pitched voice. Because there are older people who don't have deep voices, so he didn't sound like a young person to me. But maybe he was supposed to. What's interesting though is that Sonic is very can't sit still and energetic, and it's a match with Jim Carrey's performance as Dr. Robotnik. It's kind of like Dr. Robotnik's a dark mirror of Sonic, because Sonic, he can't sit still, he has restless energy, but because he has so much power, Sonic is overconfident at times. Dr. Robotnik, the way that Jim Carrey plays him, he has a lot of manic hyper energy. He doesn't move at super speed, but he's very manic and spastic, and also because he's very smart, he thinks he's better than everyone else around him. So he is very overconfident, but also mean and arrogant. It's kind of similar to Sonic. Sonic is not mean, but he does, because he has all this power, he can be, cocky kind of. So they're both kind of similar in the fact that they both, because of, one person's abilities, the other person's hyper intelligence and genius abilities, genius, intellect, they both sometimes, are like, I will take care of this. And they both have, a lot of energy that they don't know what to do with. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was making that connection. Maybe I'm reading more into it than I thought, but I thought that was very interesting. And, there were things about, the cop, James Marsden's character, and his relationship with his wife. Like, her sister keeps telling her, why don't you leave him or whatever. I was unclear exactly what was supposed to be wrong with him as far as her sister was concerned, because he didn't seem like that bad of a husband to me. He seemed like a good husband. But, they tried very hard to, give the characters things to do. The husband was like, he was a small town sheriff who was tempted to want to leave for this promotion in a big city and leave his small town, leave the people he knew for bigger opportunities. There was actually a lot of things going on with the characters in the movie, which spoke, I think, to the depth of the writing. And the CGI was great. There were good action scenes. They definitely show off Sonic's speed. It's very similar to how in the X-Men movies with Evan Peters playing Quicksilver, like there were times when they would slow it down and everyone else would be almost still, but Sonic would be moving pretty easily. It was like this everyone else was slow-mo, but Sonic would be moving regular speed. There'd be scenes like that, but then there'd be other scenes where, Sonic would be moving like a blur, and they'd show off like the blue energy, the super speed powers, when he'd be fighting Dr. Robotnik's machines. So I liked it. It was good action scenes, good character development. If you're a fan of nostalgia and you like, a superhero story that's told very kid and family friendly, because Sonic is basically kind of written like a superhero in the movie with Dr. Robotnik as a villain. That's the dynamic in the movie to me. You should like Sonic the Hedgehog. I give it, a thumbs up. I know I didn't start that. That was a Siskel and Ebert thing, but guess I'm copying them. I give it the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.